I'm fucking... I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I'm not playing.
One more.
Aw, come on. How? Dude, I hate this season so much. I hate it so much.
Fortnite Wrecked is about to actually wrap up in a couple hours from this time of this recording, and man, it's been a very controversial season. And why is that? Why is it such a controversial season for Fortnite? What I decided to do is actually break down everything that's in the season, everything new, everything that came out this season, and kind of figure out what caused Wreck to be such a divisive season for Fortnite, and what can Fortnite improve in the future. And also, just kind of give my opinions on the season, because honestly, I do have some opinions on the season, like everybody else on the internet. First thing I'm going to do is actually talk about the positive of this season, things I actually liked and I actually enjoyed, because I can't just look at the negatives. I gotta look at some of the positives first. First, we're going to talk about the thing that everyone else will probably agree with me on, is literally the map changes. The map changes this season are honestly extremely good. For example, locations like the Nitrodrome, which I think is one of the coolest locations that Fortnite has added in quite some time. I mean, the location has fireworks, has copyrighted music playing, you can jump around in cars, have spinning little spikes everywhere. It's honestly an extremely fun thing, especially when you have something like a theme under the theme of like wasteland stuff. This was what I want. This is the type of thing I want. And it's just, I honestly really love this location. Then we have locations like Red Line Rig, which honestly I think is a very solid location. It is a little bit of a mess to get around in my humble opinion, but I honestly think it's a very solid location. You've got good loot, it's a decent location, and honestly it's a cool location in general. Also, not only for lore significance as it's mining for the new Nitro thing that's coming in the storyline, but also it's just a solid location, especially if the machinist is there and you can murder her just to get your medallion and stuff and get the car. Honestly, a lot of fun. It is a little bit of a maze, but I still really like this location a lot. Then we have Brutal Bastion, probably one of the newer locations that I didn't land at compared to the other two, but honestly still a really cool location. Honestly, it like not only for lore significance similar to Leyline Leg, but it's also just a cool location to walk around. It's got decent loot. It's not really a bad placement in anything. I think it's honestly a solid location overall. I would argue the whole biome is really cool. I mean, literally we have like the deep tundra, which is open areas where anybody can get hit and sniped, where cars can go ramp up big sand dunes and stuff, and that's really cool. But you also got the tundra area. I mean, also this whole area has a lot of mobility. Not only there's a lot of cars and car mods, but there's also other things like the massive nitro rings around. It's honestly, I really like the map changes this season. They honestly knocked it out of the park with the map changes. Now let's actually talk about the three main things that people do not like this season for. That is the Nitro Fists, Nitro itself, and car mods. First, Nitro Fists. What do Nitro Fists do? Well, they can give you not only good vertical mobility and just good mobility in general, which is good. I like good mobility items, but also they can also punch through builds and also completely annihilate you, especially if it gets really on top of you and you're literally stuck with them. They could just punch the shit out of you and you're screwed. You can do nothing about it. Rarely anything about it. Then we have Nitro itself, Nitro Splashes, I should say. And what they basically do, once you splash them, they give you unlimited running speed, and you get basically a double jump where you can jump higher. And not only that, we also can run through builds like it's nothing. Now let's talk about car mods, as they seem to be the biggest one people complain about this season 4. Basically, we've had car mods in the past with Chapter 2 with the cow catcher and also off-road tires, but now they decided to add a couple more. Now they actually got spike bumpers, which nobody really complains about. It just extra damage if you hit somebody with it. No biggie. I mean, cars are honestly easy to avoid if they run at you, if you see them coming. But not only that, but they also added the main things, the turret, grenade launch. Now, the main reason why people didn't like the new cars is not only you can literally just grab a car and run into people's builds without even them knowing, and you couldn't do anything about it. But not only that, but they could also sit in their turret, spam grenades, and again, you could barely do anything in it unless you had like maybe the Nitro Fists or any other way to get out of there. But if you didn't have a car, you were screwed. Now, me talking about these 3 items, I think there's one thing they all have in common that I think is the main reason why people do not like the season. I think if we also look back at all the seasons, we also could see this with, and that is they also make building, the main mechanic of Fortnite, completely obsolete. I mean, Nitro Fist, you could punch through builds and uppercut your way out of builds. Nitro Splash, you could literally run through builds and make building completely unreasonable because, I mean, you could literally run through the build without any care in the world. And cars, you can drive right through it or spam that grenade or spam that turret just so if they try to box up and protect themselves. That is literally, I think, the biggest reason why these items are not very liked and favored in this season, because of that reason alone. Because they make the main mechanic of the game completely obsolete. Now let's actually go back in time to another time when people did not like Fortnite at the time because of one specific item. That is the brute mechs.
Oh no! Launch! I launched! What are the odds? Oh, the mechs! Why the fuck are they a fucking thing, dude?
And I think that is very interesting because if you look at the cars, similar things happening with the cars. Everybody's complaining about the cars, how terrible the cars are because they do this, because you can't really do anything about it because they could just literally drive through a building. The brute mechs did the same thing. They could literally fly on top of your building, crush you while you're inside of your builds, or rocket you into the absolute oblivion. I mean, it's the same thing. And I think it's really interesting to look back at one of the most controversial items in Fortnite has to another controversial item that just came out. And I think it's interesting to look at that kind of interesting dynamic. But yeah, like the mechs literally made building obsolete. There's literally no point because if you have a mech, you just have to go hide and hope for the best. If you build trying to protect yourself, it's pointless. You could be rocketed and destroyed within a couple seconds. I think what Fortnite needs to do when it comes to making new items, because again, I still have fun with cars. You cannot deny the cars are not fun. The Nitro is fun. Nitro Fist was fun. The Brute was fun to play with. But the problem is when you exactly can't really do much about when you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, it is not fun to play the game. And you have no reason to play the game because you could just out of nowhere just be completely annihilated within a couple seconds. And I think there's also a level of skill because what the thing that a lot of people drove nuts about the mechs when they came out is that there was no skill. You just literally, you could hop into it and then literally just spam somebody. There was no skill to use the mechs. And I would say the same thing with the cars. All they do is aim in one direction and shoot your grenades or drive through a building that you know that they're in, and then you can kill them and eliminate them from the match. Not only that, but Nitro Fist literally find them and then spam them constantly with no skill at all attached. Now let's also look at something else that came out this season, and that is Fortnite Reloaded. Now, this came out somewhere around the halfway point of the season, and everyone was so surprised because basically Rebirth Island, from all the way from Call of Duty, basically being put into Fortnite, where now you get this constant reboot system, but also classic items, classic weapons like the original AR, the original pump, the original tac, the original hunting rifle. I mean, you're seeing gameplay of me playing it right here on right now while you're watching this video. So I think this is a very interesting because while me playing this mode, while everybody else was playing this mode, everyone was enjoying Reload a lot. It was very interesting because it made me realize why this season, and not only this season, but all of Chapter 5, feels really off. Because there is no level of skill with the majority of the weapons that we have in the game. I mean, you literally, like you said, you can get in a car, you can get in Nitro Fist, get Nitro Splash. Not only that, but you also can get some of the most overbroken, like, medallions and everything of the sort. There's no skill, but in Reload, you just have your weapons and your own skill and your own building ability. That is the only thing about Reload, which I think personally why I like Reload a lot, because of that competitive advantage. Because I know at the end of the day, everything wants to be casual, which is fair. That's fine. But if you take away that level of competitiveness, it kind of makes the game that's about shooting and actual, like, a battle royale, it ruins that experience for me. It makes it less fun when I can have little Timmy come around here and just completely destroy me with no level of skill, even though I'm 10 times better than them. They can completely annihilate me within a couple seconds. Fortnite next season, Absolute Doom is going to be releasing in a couple of hours at the time this is recording. And honestly, I'm really interested to see people's responses to this because honestly, with these new type of items like the Iron Man mythic, it seems like they're having a new Black Panther mythic and everything of the sort. It seems like they're adding a lot of these new type of mythics and new very superpowers type of abilities. I'm interested to see how people respond to it because honestly, compared to how people responded to overpowered cars, I'm really interested to see how people respond to overpowered powers. Honestly, I'm honestly really excited with this new series because one, I'm a huge fan of Marvel. I'm really excited to get more Marvel content and more cosmetics in the game, but also with the new abilities, they look like a lot of fun. I'm just interested to really see how the community responds to things like this. So I am planning to make a video on Absolute Doom when it eventually comes out, when I play it for about a week. So expect that very soon on this channel. But yeah, do I think Fortnite Wrecked is the worst season Fortnite has ever released? Do I think it's an absolute disaster? No, I don't think so. I honestly think it's a lot of fun and it does a lot of new things. I mean, you cannot say Fortnite doesn't try with this new season. You cannot say that because they definitely tried, but they definitely did not succeed in some areas. I'm very interested to see how they're going to adapt to these type of responses. I mean, seeing the excess of Reloaded, seeing people complain about things like the cars and etc., and especially with the possible responses to Absolute Doom with the next season. I'm really interested to see what next chapter is going to bring, because next chapter is really going to show how Fortnite and how Epic Games actually responds to these type of complaints that people have all over on Fortnite. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. I definitely do appreciate it. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. This is the first upload to this channel. I actually do have a main channel called Given In if you guys want to follow. I talk about drama content, drama commentary if you guys are very interested. I also live stream on there, which I am planning to stream a lot of Fortnite, and especially with the new Absolute Doom season. So if you guys want to catch me on there, go follow the @Given Ant channel. We're almost 500 subs on there, and follow this the Take An Ant channel. I am planning to do more gaming related content, and maybe not even just gaming, but movies as well, because I'm a huge movie. This channel is basically just me to put what I want that aren't related to drama and commentary. So that's why I'm uploading this video. So if you guys could please hit the like button, subscribe already, that'd be great. So see you guys later. Peace.